Hi everybody, Leah here with your October 2025 reading. October is the month of feeling good. And so this is using the power of the energy of spring to really help you to revitalize your energy, to get motivated, to reach those goals. We're really approaching the end of the year very quickly. And this is your chance to just go, what is it that I want? What do I want to complete this year? It's a 9 year, we're finishing things off. So really take the time this month to look at the goals that you had set. There might be new ones, but there might be things that are unfinished that you really wanted to achieve in 2025. And there might be things that you don't need anymore, you don't want anymore. They're not goals anymore, but you have to finalize them in some way to sort of take that off the table. And so you're really being asked this month to look for the things you need to complete, to finish, but also looking at what you need to do to really feel good in yourself. And so for some of you, this might be an overhaul in healthy eating. It might be utilizing this beautiful sunshine we have currently and going out walking each day. It's just finding those things that make you feel good, that make you happy, and really making your happiness a priority in your life. So the essential oil for October is citrus bloom. This is the oil of new beginnings, but it's also called the springtime blend. So again, it's using that energy of spring to really help you to get motivated. It's also an oil of helping you to close chapters so that you can have those new beginnings, which is what we're trying to achieve this year. So the affirmation for this month, I don't think you can even see that, is I'm going after my goals and I'm changing my life. So if you have the journal, even if you haven't been doing it throughout the year, sit there and flick through each month. It really doesn't matter when you do it, so long as you do it. So the card from my healing cards is the card of happiness. I was so excited when that one came out because it really is what we want to do this month. What we want to achieve is taking care of ourselves, feeling really good in ourselves, because from that place, that is where you can really make things happen. And it's aligned action. So you might find that once you get into that place of joy, that there is something in your life that just doesn't fit anymore. And you might, I think for some of you, there could be you have been striving really hard towards something. It could be a promotion. It really does feel like work. It could be a relationship that just isn't really going well, but you're putting in all of this effort to make it work. And all of a sudden, you're just realizing, why am I doing this? None of this makes me happy. It was just a goal I set that, I felt like I had to achieve. But I feel like for some of you, you're really letting go of some stuff this month, which is really, really good. Happiness is, you've heard the saying, it's an inside job. You can find it no matter what is happening in your external world. And you kind of owe it to yourself to do that. So look for ways to find happiness this month. So we're going to draw 4 numerology cards, which we will read at the end. So pick your number, 1 to 4. Now also, October is my birthday month. And so I always like to have some kind of a special to celebrate that. Got card number 1. So for this month in the to help you to finalize those things, to get rid of things, to start something fresh, you've got a clear space to do that. So I'm offering EFT sessions, tapping sessions for $70, which is $30 off. So if you need help to do it, especially if there's things that have been ongoing, like patterns in your life, or things you just have been trying to achieve and you just haven't been able to, then there's probably some kind of block there in some way. It's usually something that's trying to protect us, but perhaps isn't really doing that. It's just holding us back. And through tapping, we can work out what that is. You can get rid of it, and so it no longer affects your future. And then you can make your decisions and your choices from a more aligned place. So please book in for that if you need help to do any of this. We can do them in clinic in Yass or over Zoom. Both are just as effective. It is a really, really simple, easy technique. And when you do those sessions with me and you learn how to use it, you can use it for yourself. So it's not, it gives you a really tangible tool to work on things as they come up for you. So let's get started with the reading. Okay, so we're going to choose 4 cards for each week of October. And don't forget to also check the daily cards on Facebook and Instagram because they just give you that little bit of a booster to stay on track. It can alert you to things that might be just to be mindful of. And so when you know that something could be happening or coming up, then when it happens, it's like, yeah, well, I was expecting that. I was waiting for that. And so it doesn't really affect you quite so much. So I find I get a lot of messages from people just saying, oh my goodness, that is so me today, or yes, that happened. But, they cope with it so much better because they had that that knowing or that knowledge that it was going to come. Okay, so first week of October. So we have the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Earth here, and we have the Wonders card. So this is, wow, you're hitting the ground running in October. And it's interesting because we start with the daily cards with the High Priestess, and you have three major arcana cards in the first week. So it's like you're really embracing the energy of October to get things done, which is very exciting. With the Queen of Gabriella, you're being taught you can do anything that you want. You have everything you need to be successful, to reach your goals, to follow your heart. I think that's significant for some of you. Following your current goals is not following your heart. And so you need to really reassess what it is you're chasing and make decisions based on that. Now, the King of Wands here, he's a card of leadership. I really feel like this is you coming into your own. When you get to the king stage, it's like you've learnt the lessons, you're completing a cycle. And so I really feel like for some of you, you're really learning a lesson this month, or it's like something you've been working towards for a long time. It's like you finally get it, it's happening. And through that sort of knowledge and knowing and just that sort of inner strength you've found, it really sets you up for this next chapter. Now, with the Ace of Earth there, we have money coming in most likely. For some of you, you're perhaps looking at self-employment, starting a new business. If you were working for somebody else, just make sure you're reading your documents carefully before you sign those contracts. See what's actually in black and white. And if there's something you've been promised that isn't in there, make sure that gets put in there before you sign it, because that could be significant later. And we have the card of wonders here. So I really feel like you're looking for that joy. You're looking for those things that make you happy. And you're opening up to these possibilities of, okay, well, what is possible? I feel like sometimes we're very limited in our goals by what we think is achievable, but it might not actually be, sometimes we're just not dreaming big enough. We're not aiming high enough. And so it's really opening up this month to the possibilities. So you might want to sit there with a dream board and go, what is it that I want in life? What do I want from my work? What do I want in my relationships? How do I want my health to be? Where do I want to live? Just really starting to open up to any possibility as if there was nothing in the world stopping you. What would you want? And from there, you can start to really make a plan of your actual goals, what you want to chase. Second week, we have Ace of Gabriel, Ace of Wands. So that's two Aces of Wands there. We have the Page of Air and we have the card of openness. And there's a full moon in that card. And here in Australia, on the 6th of October, we have the full moon, which is a super moon. And it's the hunter's moon. So it's basically it's just giving you more time to achieve what you want. So really embrace that energy on the 6th of October. It might be on the 7th of October, sorry, here, 6th of October in America. So this is you are getting inspired. Something is really, again, there's that sense of wonder here. Something is really making you happy. For some of you, I feel like there's a move or planning a trip here that, but you're really manifesting something. So it might be, well, I really, very specifically for someone, it's like it's a going on a cruise ship or like some kind of thing on water that but it's like a learning thing. It's like a spiritual growth thing I think you're doing. But it's probably at the moment looking quite expensive and you just can't see any feasible way of that happening. But I feel like you're sticking it on that dream board and you are really putting it out to the universe that you are going to be on that. So envision yourself there, envision, and this goes for anything that you're wanting to do. See yourself already there because if you can imagine it, it can happen in reality. So really put yourself there. If you find there are blocks, like if you're like, well, I just can't see myself there because there's no physical way I can get that money or I can't get that time off work or whatever, book in that EFT session. Let's work on those blocks and just see because you just don't know what is possible for you when you don't have anything internally stopping you. So anything that inspires you in the second week of October, really follow that because it really feels like it's coming through very strongly. Now, for some of you, there can be delays this month. There can be changes to your plans. There can be truths being delivered. And sometimes when you open up to these possibilities, other things have to end. Now, interestingly, in the second week of October, in the daily cards, you have the Three of Swords, which is, it's traditionally a card of heartbreak. But when I pulled that card, it really felt to me like you're breaking free from something. You are seeing something that is causing you heartbreak. It's keeping you stuck. And for some people in that card's there, it's like there's a third party involved here. But to me, this card really felt like a card of strength, and you just going, no, I'm done with this. I'm walking away from this and I'm starting something new. So if information comes in that perhaps rocks your world a little bit in the second week of October, know that you were supposed to know that. And it's sort of giving you permission to walk away and go for something better. We have that card of openness there. So this is you opening up. It can be really helpful to actually just open up physically your body. Stand there, bring your shoulders back, open up your heart space, lift your head a little bit. It's like you're opening your body up. And by doing that, you start to shift, that vibration as well. Third week of October, we have the Page of Michael, which is Swords. We have the Temperance card. We have the Five of Fire, and we have the Relaxation card. So you might find there with that Five of Fire, and I think that's coming up too in our daily cards, there can be a little bit of conflict here. There can be competing goals. So for some of you, I feel like as you go into the third week of October, we always start the month with a little bit more excitement and motivation. And then it can happen that as the month goes on, the reasons we can't do things pop up or life gets in the way or we just get busy again and we go back to those old habits or we let things, our dreams sort of go by the wayside. I feel like that could be coming in for some of you in the third week of October. But with the Temperance card, the Relaxation card, I almost feel as though you need to take a little bit of time out here for yourself. It feels like for some of you, you're getting overwhelmed, you're a bit overworked, it all just seems a little bit much. And it's like your brain's just kind of spinning and you can't focus. So I think you need to take some time out, relax, find that inner peace, go and do those things that make you happy. It might be that you decide to catch up with friends that you actually get along well with. This is not, with that Five of Fire there, if you're hanging out with people who make you feel bad, who sort of shit on your goals, who compete with you to try and be better than you, whether that's in good things or your misery, don't hang out with those people in this week. This is your sign to not hang out with those people this week. It's not the week for it. It's like it's just going to suck the energy right out of you. So if that person's like, oh, I've got all this stuff going on in my life and can we catch up for lunch because I really want to dump all of my stuff on you, just say no. No, I'm busy. Sorry, I can't. So you really do have what it takes to succeed. Just be mindful of that you might need to allow a little bit more time for some self-care this week. Avoid those negative people and situations. Find that sort of the balance in your life that, you can work on you while doing the things that you have to do. We always have commitments. We have to put food on the table, we have to go to work, and we have to pay the bills. Those things are just, they have to be done. But it's it's carving out that space around those things to really make sure you're taking care of yourself. Now we do have the with the Page of Michael here again, this can be reviewing contracts and documents really carefully. So I think just the fact that that message has come through twice, if you were signing anything this month, please make sure that you're looking at it thoroughly before you agree to something that you might look back later and go, oh, that isn't what I thought it was going to be, or do you even want to be committed to this? It might be actually, I want to see how this plays out before I actually sign anything. I want to see if this is for me. So I'd like a trial period first, something like that. Now, the last week of October, we have Four of Raphael, we have the Three of Wands, you have the Emperor here, and you have the Illumination card. So again, something is coming to light. You are seeing something that you didn't see before. It's like by the end of October, something in your life, for some of you, your whole life could be very different. But for some of you, I just feel like there could be an aspect that has sort of just completely turned around in a good way. It's like you're sort of coming home to yourself, which is really nice. With that Emperor there, this is a card of strength, of leadership. You've got the King of Wands there. He's a card of leadership as well. So I feel like some of you are really stepping up, taking control. This can be of your life, or it could be in a role at work or something that you are getting a promotion, or you're standing up for something new. It could be, so for some of you, I feel like you could be signing a new, like EBA or something, you're signing new financial agreements, salary agreements with your work. And it might be that you are going to step up and sort of lead the way on that and go, no, this is what we deserve. And we're not signing off on this offer because we know that we're worthy of more here. Now, when it comes to that, if this is something that's coming up and you're finding it difficult to stand up for yourself, you're like, oh, I'm just going to accept it because, and there's a lot of fear-based stuff that happens around that. Please, please, please book in the tapping session so that you really can get very clear on your worth and your value before you go into this meeting and negotiate on behalf of yourself and others. The Voyage card is here. I do think some of you are planning a trip. Feel like that's going to take another step. It'll be a step closer at the end of the month. And again, we're looking for those possibilities. It's coming up so much to really look for that magic in life, look for the joy, really find that happiness, because if you can get that inside, the external stuff doesn't affect you so much, but it also starts to shift that external world because, those people who really bring you down, if you're just a really happy person, then those people who want to dump on you and, just talk about how bad their lives are, they don't want to hang out with you anymore because there's no fun if you want to be miserable, in being with someone who refuses to be miserable. So be that person who refuses to be miserable. So bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Raphael, we have the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Earth, and we have the Miracles card. There is something better here for you. There is something that you are doing that you are not spiritually aligned with, and you need to make a change. And this card's telling you you're ready to make that change. It is there. You just have to step toward it. The results card is there, so whatever you are putting effort into is going to pay off. You're going to see the outcomes of that, whether it's more money, whether it's a move towards, a new career, maybe it's a healthier relationship, buying a bigger house, or not even a bigger house, buying a house more suited to you and your needs and values. And it's enjoying those little things in life. It's having that fun. And this doesn't have to be a massive thing. Like, yes, plan the trips. If that's coming up for you, then plan it, because that's really something worth doing. It might be just have a little trip away, just that little reset. I know myself, if I start to feel like my energy is really dragging, all I want is to go and sit on a beach somewhere. And so, my husband and I will just find a night where we can just go and sit on the beach and go and eat nice food and just walk and be happy and just enjoy those little things in life. And so for some of you, I feel like that's really important. The self-employment card is there again. So I think for some of you, you're definitely branching out on your own, or if you already have your own business and perhaps it's not succeeding as you'd hoped, it's like this is where you're opening up to those other possibilities. Is there something else I need to bring in? Is there something else I need to learn? Can I branch out a little bit, or do I just need to sort of hone in on what the, actual purpose of this business is? Am I trying to do too much? So really looking at that. And then you have the miracles card. This is a beautiful card. Um, just be open to receiving. Do that every morning. Get up and do that. Open yourself up. I'm open to receiving. Um, your words have power. Remember that. So really notice this month what you were saying about yourself, about your life. Like, you know, if you're constantly saying, I can't afford it, I can never afford it, there's never enough money, shift that around. There hasn't been enough money until now, but that's changing. You know, I'm open to receiving more money. And like, oh, well, you know, I can't have money because my parents didn't have any, or my friends don't have it, or you might have all sorts of beliefs around money. Money's just an example. This can be relationships, home, friendships, jobs, everything. But if you start to notice the things that you're saying and you go, okay, actually, no, I'm not going to say that anymore. I'm changing that. And you go, oh, but that doesn't sound right. Booking that tapping session, especially October, while it's $30 off, it's a great chance to do some sessions and clear some of this stuff once and for all. So our numerology cards. Card number 1 is 93. It's the card of happy endings. So we are in this 9 year of completion and finishing off our cycles here. October is a 1 month. We're starting fresh. So we are really now finalizing those things that need to be finalized, getting rid of those things we don't need, and getting ready to start afresh. Card number 2 is number 6. This is the card of love. So for some of you, that could be what the focus is this month for you. Now, this can be love with others. This can be your friendship groups, your relationships. It might be just that love with yourself. If you can find that love for yourself, you're more inclined to eat well, to exercise, to avoid those negative situations, to do those things that really serve you well and make you happy. Because imagine yourself as, you know, a young child that you are nurturing and looking after, how you would treat them, and then go, is that how I treat myself? Because if it's not, if I'm saying horrible things to myself that I wouldn't say to that child, then I need to change that around. Card number 3 is 85. It's follow your dreams. I wouldn't be at all surprised if whoever the people are who are planning this trip, who are wanting to go on this cruise or whatever it is, if you chose card number 3, I feel like that's really speaking very loudly here. So the only thing I would say with this is make sure that they are your dreams. I feel like for a lot of you, there's some goals you've been trying to achieve so hard that's like, oh my God, I'm just letting go of that now. You know, if it happens, but I'm just not going to keep going with this struggle. I'm going to put my focus and my energy into something that actually brings me joy. And you might find that other goal you've just gone, you know what, I'm just benching it for now, just starts to happen organically without you putting any effort into it because you've taken that stressful energy, that attachment energy away from it. So if there is something you've been working hard towards, you're just not getting there, do the tapping. Let's get rid of any blocks that are around there, but it might be just, you know, park that for the month. And then card number 4 is 22. It's your card of intuition. So really, for some of you, this is a really major spiritual change, awakening, journey, however you want to word that. But the first step of that is always connecting to your own intuition, really getting so that you can trust those messages that come in. So for these people who are signing documents and contracts, it might not be as clear cut as you think it is. Connecting to your intuition is really important because that's when you're going to go, hang on a minute, something doesn't feel quite right here, something's a bit off, that wording perhaps doesn't sit right, or no, that amount of money you're offering actually doesn't feel aligned with me. I'm worth so much more than that. And if you believe it, if you know, and this is not ego-based at all, this is you really being very aligned with yourself, with your heart space, then other people, oh, wow, yeah, no, you're right. You are bringing a lot to the table that deserves to be compensated also. So I really hope this is a fantastic month for you. It's my birthday month. It's always a fantastic month for me. Book in that tapping session. If you were just needing a little bit of self-care, book in for an aroma touch, book in for Reiki. Just come get that energy sorted, get yourself feeling really good and happy, and really make the last few months of this year really, really count, because next year we're going into a 1 year. It's going to be a big year of focusing on you and You need to clear all of this old stuff, get rid of it because you don't want to take it into your new year. So have a great month. I will see you in November.